Here are some classic Thanksgiving recipes that are sure to please your crowd. Herb roasted turkey. This recipe is simple to follow and yields a moist, flavorful turkey that is perfect for the centerpiece of your Thanksgiving feast. Mashed potatoes. No Thanksgiving dinner is complete without a side of mashed potatoes. This recipe is creamy and delicious, and can be made ahead of time. Green bean casserole. This classic side dish is always a crowd pleaser. It is made with green beans, cream of mushroom soup, and crispy fried onions. Stuffing. Stuffing is a must-have for any Thanksgiving dinner. This recipe is made with bread, sausage, apples, celery, and onions. Cranberry sauce. Cranberry sauce is a tart and tangy side dish that pairs perfectly with turkey. This recipe is made with fresh cranberries, sugar, and orange juice. Pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is a traditional Thanksgiving dessert that is loved by all. This recipe is made with pumpkin puree, eggs, sugar, and spices. Apple pie. Apple pie is another classic Thanksgiving dessert that is sure to please. This recipe is made with fresh apples, sugar, and spices. Pecan pie. Pecan pie is a rich and decadent dessert that is perfect for a special occasion. This recipe is made with pecans, butter, eggs, and sugar. Spiced roast turkey with orange and herbs. This recipe is full of flavor, thanks to a combination of spices like cinnamon, cloves, and allspice, as well as fresh orange zest and herbs. Herb brined pork loin with roasted root vegetables. This recipe is a great option for those who don't want to cook a turkey. The herb brine adds flavor to the pork, while the roasted root vegetables provide a hearty and healthy side dish. Butternut squash risotto with sage and parmesan. This recipe is a delicious and vegetarian-friendly option. The butternut squash adds a creamy texture and sweetness, while the sage and parmesan provide a savory counterpoint. Side dishes. Roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon and balsamic vinegar. This recipe is a great way to enjoy Brussels sprouts. The bacon adds a salty and savory flavor, while the balsamic vinegar provides a sweet and tangy counterpoint. Creamy mashed potatoes with garlic and rosemary. This recipe is a classic side dish that is always a crowd pleaser. The garlic and rosemary add flavor, while the cream makes the mashed potatoes extra creamy. Sweet potato casserole with pecan streusel. This recipe is a decadent and delicious side dish. The sweet potatoes are sweetened with brown sugar and cinnamon, while the pecan streusel adds a crunchy texture. Cranberry pear chutney with walnuts. This recipe is a sweet and savory chutney that pairs perfectly with turkey or cheese. The cranberries and pears provide a sweet and tart flavor, while the walnuts add a crunchy texture. Sautéed green beans with garlic and almonds. This recipe is a simple and healthy side dish. The green beans are sautéed with garlic and almonds, and then seasoned with salt and pepper. Desserts. Pumpkin pie with ginger snap crust. This recipe is a classic Thanksgiving dessert that is loved by all. The pumpkin puree is sweetened with sugar and spices, and the ginger snap crust adds a spicy and flavorful counterpoint. Apple crumble with vanilla bean ice cream. This recipe is a delicious and easy to make dessert. The apples are spiced with cinnamon and nutmeg, and the crumble topping adds a crunchy texture. The vanilla bean ice cream provides a refreshing and creamy counterpoint. Pecan pie with caramel sauce. This recipe is a decadent and delicious dessert. The pecans are sweetened with brown sugar and corn syrup, and the caramel sauce adds a rich and buttery flavor. Chocolate chip cookies with sea salt. These cookies are a classic that is always a crowd pleaser. The chocolate chips add a sweet and gooey flavor, while the sea salt adds a salty and savory counterpoint. Pumpkin cheesecake with ginger snap crust. This recipe is a delicious and festive dessert. The pumpkin cheesecake is made with pumpkin puree, cream cheese, eggs, and sugar, and the ginger snap crust adds a spicy and flavorful counterpoint. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more great content.